Do you ever have a little detail about a case that you obsess over? I'm sure I'm not alone, given that anyone watching this video is into true crime. There is a detail in the Delphi case that is really bothering me. Well, the whole case bothers me very much. But this is a new detail that I've been obsessing over a bit. And I'm going to put it in the title of this video, so you probably know what it is. Basically, why didn't BG, or the person who killed the girls, take Libby's phone? For the longest time, Ellie assured us there was no social media connection. So in that scenario, it's easy to see why he didn't bother taking it. Why would he? There's no connection to the phone, so there's nothing to fear from the phone. Why bother taking it? He obviously definitely would have taken it if he knew he was recorded on it. But I don't believe he noticed Libby recording, especially when he was walking across the bridge. Actually, I'll play a clip here of somebody walking across the bridge, but you're not going to get a full experience. I'll link this video down below. It's in portrait mode, and phones have come a long way in the last few years. So if you've never watched this video, please watch it, but watch it on your mobile phone. Don't watch it on a PC, because if you're watching this on a mobile phone in portrait mode, it will take you there. Your legs will go like jelly, and it will give you a full, complete understanding of why BG did not notice Libby recording him, because his full concentration is on his feet and getting across that bridge. You're not going to be looking up or trying to look up in a sly way. I'll link it as well at the end of the video, so it'll pop up on the screen for you. So I don't believe that, especially after seeing that video, that BG even noticed Libby was recording him. He doesn't look up. He had no choice but to concentrate on his feet. But the big thing that got me back thinking about this is Ellie coming out telling us, oh no, we were wrong. There actually is a social media connection. They told Kegan Kline that the Anthony Shots profile that he created was the last person to contact Libby. And all that kind of changes my questions and thoughts on the mobile phone. For such a seemingly planned crime, we know now the bodies were staged. BG and our killers must have having a gear bag of some sorts, maybe already at the crime scene from earlier on that morning. He would have very likely had a backpack at very least. So if there is a social media connection, and this is such a planned crime, and I do believe there is, I believe Ellie with what they're telling us, I believe there is a social media connection. I know a lot of people are now back on Ron Logan, but they seem to be confused with dates and years there. So if there is a social media connection, if he was in contact with Libby on her phone, why did he not take that phone? And I'm really interested if other people are thinking about this, have thought about it, if anyone has any scenarios around it. It's just randomly coming into my head now throughout the day, and when I try to go to sleep at night, and it's bugging me. I have a few scenarios. The first one, probably the most obvious. I don't buy it anymore though, but just to get it out of the way, maybe the investigation is after going down the wrong path and there is no social media connection. It was a random attack, and that's why there was no effort to take the phone, because there's no connection to the phone. But the big problem with that is it now goes directly against the Indiana State Police and what they're telling us, and I believe them. So the second one is Libby dropped it on the way. She was a clever girl, we know that. She was into true crime. She probably knew how important that was. I thought about maybe did she drop it before crossing the creek? Even if it was a case of, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe this is some sort of prank, but I don't want to get my phone wet, so I'll drop it before I cross the water. But in that scenario, I think he would have been behind the girl, so he would have seen it and obviously getting it, knowing that maybe she's trying to get rid of that for a reason. Also, that side of the creek was searched pretty fast, and I think the night before, so there's a good chance they would have found it if it was dropped on that side of the creek the day the girls were killed. Third scenario, maybe she dropped it on the other side of the creek, and this is awful to think about it, I do apologise, but the only situation she's going to get to drop it on the other side of the creek is if Abby is getting attacked, and if his back is turned away from her from just a few seconds. Another one, fourth one, is maybe just in the frenzy of the attack, the phone was thrown to the ground and maybe he just couldn't find it. But the problem with that is if you have time to stage the bodies and you go out of your way to do that, then if you wanted to find the phone, you're probably going to find it. I think there's a very good chance he went back down to the creek to wash the blood. We know now there was a lot of blood, so maybe to wash the blood off. And again, if you're going to go to that effort and you really did want the phone, you probably would find it. A fifth one could be he did find the phone. He had the phone. I'm not sure whether there was a pin lock on it or not. I imagine there probably was. But if he found the phone, you're surely going to delete the video that was found in the phone as well. Why would you leave that there? I don't believe he got his hands on the phone. And that's the problem. I can't see how he wouldn't want it. If you are the killer, if you are communicating on that phone, you want that phone. The pros of taking the phone far outweigh the cons of not. You don't know, was Libby texting people about a meetup? You don't know any of that. And I know if you take the phone, it's definitely going to give Ellie, right, there's a connection here to the phone from the very start. But again, the pros of taking the phone definitely outweigh the cons. So out of those 5 scenarios, the one where personally I end up is Libby chucked the phone when his back was turned. And if that is the case, and this is all just speculation from me, I would imagine the best time to do it, and the only time really, would be when his attention would have been on Abby for a few seconds. I think there is a good chance Abby would have been attacked first because the focus and attention seemed to be for and on Libby, so I think he would have wanted maybe Abby first and then spend more time on Libby. Apologies again, it's awful, it's horrible, it's not nice, but that's where I end up. That's what I think about when I try to get an answer for why he didn't take the phone. If that is the case, if law enforcement, if LE think Libby threw the phone away when his back was turned, I would love for them to say that, hint at that. Like, it's disgraceful that he is not caught given what the girls did. We have a video of him, we have audio, and also maybe they found a way to conceal Libby's phone, which is incredible. We know Libby was into true crime. She was clever enough to record him. Was she clever enough to throw the phone when his back was turned? Even if it was just for a split second. Having some sort of knowledge of knowing how important that phone is to the situation. And I do think there is a chance that's what happened. I can't imagine what it was like for the girls in that situation. Who can? But it shows the primary focus was on the phone and staying with her friend rather than fleeing and trying to escape. And that's all just speculation by me, but I do believe that whichever one of the girls was killed first, the other one was not going to flee. They weren't going to run away from each other, no way. And I hope to God he's caught soon, because, and if he is, it's going to be because of the girls. They're after giving us audio, video. If now as well they found a way to keep that phone from him, like what more can they do? This case should have been solved in hours, not years. Let me know what you think. Is there a scenario that I'm missing? Is there something else there that's more obvious? That the reason why he didn't take the phone, the reason why he wouldn't want the phone? Or which of those 5 scenarios do you think is most probable and most likely? Let me know what you think. Good luck, God bless. I hope today is the day.